Hey there, this is Greg, the Masked Gamer, and I'm here with some more Final Girl Friday. Today we are doing Gabrielle versus the Terror from Destiny at Sunnydaze Mall, starting off that lore string of stuff. This is going to be wild because I messed up almost all of the rules of Sunnydale Mall the first time I played it, and I'm sure I messed up a bunch of the rules of Terror from Destiny the first time I played that, and now I'm combining them all together, and it's going to be woo boo boo boo. For those of you who are new to my channel, this is a place for COVID cautious folks to talk about board games. You don't need to be COVID cautious in order to be here, provided there is no harassment, minimization, or denialism of any kind. With that said, I am doing this by myself today, so you get to see my face. And we're going to start with some story time and dive in. Now, I just want to state, I'm very, very excited that we are going to be doing the Final Destination vignette at the mall. I'm really hoping for a nice solid escalator death, just like in the vastly underrated Final Destination 4, which I did rewatch all 5 movies again recently, and I know everybody hates Part 4, but I think Part 4 has some banging sequences. It's got the elevator death, it's got the car wash scene, which I think is great, and you know what, I'm just going to say this. I hate Part 3. Part 3, every single death scene is like, let's make as much noise as possible and then kill someone in the most boring way possible. And yes, it starts with the roller coaster, which actually doesn't hold up that well. And yes, it has the sunbathing scene, which people love, but other than that, it's all pure garbage, and I like 4 more. Okay. That said, those are the 2 worst in the franchise. Can't wait for Part 6. Here we go! This is called Slippery When Wet. Gabby and her friends had cheated fate by not getting on that plane. A few days later, the friends gathered at the mall to unwind at the arcade. When one of them slipped on the wet floor and nearly fell off the balcony, Gabby knew this wasn't just a coincidence. Destiny was coming for them. The final girl is Gabrielle, and we have her crystal ball of blood because she won her last game, so I put that on top of one of the piles. We're still doing Death Order Death for 30,000 feet. The event deck has wet floors and busted escalators, and then the dark power is going to be Hourglass of Despair. There's a special rule in this scenario which we must help the savior cheat death. And we lose if the savior does not exit the board before the terror deck runs out. So that's going to be wild and tough to do. Wet floors. This is just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Whenever a victim in a railing space panics, roll twice and apply the lower result. So everybody's going to be falling off the balcony. And, excuse me, with that, we're going to dive right in here. So we want to try to build trust with our friendly friend basically as fast as we can. I'm not so worried about all these other victims here. I have no idea which person I need to save first. So I feel like this might just be a scenario where I do try to increase my horror ratio as fast as possible. So we're going to discard our short rest and weak attack to, I don't have that tier anymore, to lower our horror by 1. And then we're going to focus again. And we're going to discard the rest of that to lower it by 1. And we now have 4 things left to buy, so we're going to get a sprint, and we're going to get our first build trust, which should, I hope, set us up to be in a good place for all of the things that come next. The ally deck gets drawn during the upkeep phase, and I think I completely forgot to do that the first time I did the Sunnydaze Mall, so yeah, whatever. Okay, so, killer phase. I guess we only draw a card during the killer phase because there is no killer, correct? There's no killer. Yeah, I guess we just draw a terror card and see what happens. This is a fire alarm, so the horror goes off. Good thing we did that. We're going to panic all victims twice. Well, that's going to be terrible. They're all going to be jumping off the balcony and slipping on the wet stone steps. Is the ally considered a victim? It is not considered a victim, so it will not panic. Okay, so we're going to go from the upper left to the lower right with these panics here. So first, our person at the service entrance is going to run over here. The 2 people in the space with, I forget which character that is, we're going to run through 2 and 3. 2, and 3. Lovely for them. Oh, 2, 3. The person who was standing on the balcony, lower result is a 4, so they stay on the balcony, but they didn't die. That's nice. I thought I was here, but I'm actually here, and I should have gotten sort of more movement, but that was me being silly. This person's going to run out onto the balcony. This person is going to definitely fall and die. This person is going to run over here. This person is going to run over here. This person is going to fall and die. This person, 3. This person, and I have to panic everybody twice at that, so it's gonna be wild. Do the fated victims panic like regular victims? Fated victims. I think they do, right? Yeah, so they're gonna. This is gonna be terrible again. I drew a bad first card. Okay, so now this one is going to panic for their first time, which is going to take them out onto this balcony. This one is going to panic for their first time, which is going to take them to this balcony. The cheerleader. Oh dear. Oh no, that is actually. She's on the bottom floor. This one goes here. This one goes. Yep, goes here. And now here comes our problem is everybody panics twice because of the fire alarm. So now we're going to have some more death going on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let's start with this one here. Is rolling onto this balcony with these 3 other people. The 2 other regular pedestrians there, one of them falls and dies. The other one falls and dies. So that is 4 deaths right off the bat. Because of the wet floors. Then our regular friend here falls and dies into limbo. Oh my gosh. This one runs here. The one under me here falls and dies. The special victim here falls and dies. These 2, one falls and dies, and one falls and dies. So they both, oh my gosh. Why am I even bothering with this? This person runs here. The cheerleader runs here. This person runs back here. This person falls and dies. This goes here, and she goes here. So we have 7 regular pedestrian deaths and 2 and 3 special victim deaths immediately right off the bat. So this is going to be a pretty quick scenario yet again. I was really excited to maybe learn more about how the savior works, but yeah, I mean this is basically what just happened here. So 52 to 55. So we've got a whole bunch of wet floor deaths, and we're going to read all of them because basically every single one of them just died. So yeah, it's going to be absolutely terrible. Here we go. As Benjamin fell, he smacked his head against the railing and went unconscious immediately. Miraculously, nobody noticed him as he plunged from the 2nd floor and into an open trash bin, including the dutiful custodian who arrived a moment later to put a lid on the bin and wheel it outside. There, the garbage men waited with their truck, and they were only too happy to load the contents of the bin into the trash compactor. It would be many hours before they realized they had a dead person in their truck. It would be over a week before anyone could identify Benjamin from his crushed grisly remains. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing with these other fated victims. Yeah, they're placed in the limbo area, but the bloodlust doesn't go up yet, so we're only going to raise the bloodlust. Only going to raise the bloodlust by 7. Jesus Christ. 2nd wet floor is checked out what I picked out at stands. Pretty cool, huh? Dude, put that away before someone freaks out and thinks you're a slasher. Hey, it's cool, I got the receipt, so if anyone asks... But Dave never finished that sentence, for while he was showing off his new folding knife to his buddies and holding it aloft in the air, He suddenly fell into their table with a crash. Iris suddenly fell onto their table with a crash from above. Everyone screamed and food flew into the air. David cried in pain as he felt his arm splinter and crack, and the blade he grasped went straight through Iris's eye and into her brain. Maybe she could have survived the fall, but that knife and shoot she didn't. And finally, sometimes it's not the fall that kills you. Edward proved that when he let out a pained gasp after crashing loudly into the food court. Sometimes it's a big heavy box full of cards, dice, plastic miniatures that fall on your head and break your skull that does it. Edward's new purchase from the aptly named Boards and Bones demonstrated that quite gruesomely a moment later. Wow. Well, that was terrible. So now we're going to raise our bloodlust by 7. Oh my gosh. So the first one raises our horror by 1. The second one reveals our dark power, which is the hourglass of despair. It will from now on cost 3 time for a fated victim to exit via an exit space. This is nothing. This lowers my time by 2. This raises my horror by 2. This lowers my time by 2. This raises my horror by 1. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that raised the bloodlust yet another 1, so we are all the way up at the top of the thing. We have exactly 2 time to spend on this next turn. Oh, but this symbol means that we do that again, so we have 0 time and we can do absolutely nothing. So basically, what it's going to turn out to be is all I am going to have done in this entire game is try to focus twice, and it have done nothing for me. I don't know what to say, but we're just gonna we're gonna play it out. So, I have no time, so I can't spend any cards. I can't buy anything, so that's the end of my turn. Oh wait, I did this thing again. Before my turn, the savior should have taken their turn. You're not the boss of me. Move the savior 3 spaces away from you. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Second tarot card. Nothing is safe. Destiny plots your demise as common objects around you become death traps. You are attacked for 2 health. If you take damage, kill a victim in your space if able. Well, there's nobody left in my space because everybody freaking died already. Oh my gosh, let's see what the savior does today. Go to hell, lose 3 time. Excellent. Okay, so I've got 3 time. Oh my gosh. I have to try to focus because if I'm rolling just 1 die, nothing good is going to happen. I, thank goodness, did get a success on that. So I'm down to 2 time and I can now roll 2 dice at least, I guess. That's good. We're gonna try our darndest to sprint. I have rolled a full-out auto-fail. So I get 2 tiers. I can move 1 space and lose 1 health. I lose my last 2 time and my turn ends. So yet again. Oh my god, so yet again, I can't draw any cards. I've moved 1 space in this entire scenario. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it is what it is. Next tarot card. Destiny is mocking us! I lose 2 time twice, so I've got 2 time left. Like, I picture Gabrielle, she's just like, I'm slipping on the floor, and she's just not literally doing anything. The savior's turn, go to hell. Raise horror by 2, so that's 1, and a bloodlust, which lowers my time by 2, which means I now have 0 time yet again. It's my turn. My turn's over. I kind of hope the designer of this watches this playthrough and sees what they've done to me. Oh look, now there's a minor dark power called the Maw of Fate. For every victim that dies, plus 1 bloodlust. Like, that matters. And then when I roll at least 2 stars resolving a premonition, I can discard this, as though that's ever even going to happen. What's the savior going to do today? Go to hell. Discard 2 random items. For each you're not able to, lose 2 time. So I'm down to 2 time again. but I do have 2 time this time. We're gonna once again try to like at least get 2 dice for my 1 walk action. I can discard my short rest and my weak attack to make that 1 success. And then I can walk, rolling 2 dice. I got 2 successes! At least I got a good roll with what I had. So I can move 2 spaces, and that's it for me for that turn. Yet again, I have nothing that I can buy, so I am just trying to walk along this railing here. You know what I forgot? I forgot a thing. When you take damage in a railing space, you are knocked over and fall into the adjacent food court space below. So I actually had fallen here, taken 1 more damage. So my 1, 2, 3 movements would have been to get towards this escalator here. Oh, and I would have been able to take these 2 with me. So I would have been able to actually save 2 people, which would have let me lower the horror by 1 and move 1 space. Okay. Yeah, so that all happened. I did better than I thought, because I at least got to there. Do I have to do anything funky with the escalators? This mall is so confusing, y'all. It really is. It's not. Okay, so I made it there. I saved 2 people. And yeah, we're going to draw the next tarot card. Fated Death! Okay, if another effect causes this card to be discarded, resolve this before blah blah. So the first person who is going to die is going to be, I don't know who any of these characters are. She's got, that looks like the cheerleader, so that's her right here. So yeah, that's going to be bad. So the cheerleader is going to die. I'm going to put my time book. Fated Death. The cheerleader. Ugh! What was she doing here? Why did she come to this place? Where the hell had Caleb run off to? This mall was so lame. It doesn't even have a decent clothing store, and all these people keep falling over the balcony and dying. Like, what the hell? Sandra leaned against the wall with a huff to pull out her phone. Screw this place. She was going to order a ride and get the hell out of here. Unbeknownst to her, on the other side of that wall, chaos was erupting. A forklift in the storage facility was malfunctioning, and its hapless operator couldn't stop it. It drove forward and crashed into the wall, its prongs stabbing straight through it and out the other side of Sandra's stomach. So, Sandra dies. She goes here. This goes here. So that's the next space that we're on. Yeah. Oh, and Bloodlust goes up, so I lose 2 time. Forgot all about that. Okay. She wasn't in limbo, so nothing else bad happens, at least. When I draw Fated Death, do I have to draw something else? I don't think so. No, I don't have to. As far as I can tell, I don't have to, thankfully. Let's see what the Savior does. Move the Savior 2 spaces towards the killer. There is no killer, so the Savior does not move, I think. We go on to my turn. I am going to walk towards Savior. And I get to walk 1 space. Let's see if I'm going to fall off the balcony again. No, I probably will. I've got 3 to spend. I'm going to take a build trust and a close call because I have to try to like get there. Oh, I could have rolled an extra die because I only had 1 health left. Wouldn't have done anything. That is fine. All right. This is so embarrassing. Okay. All right. The Savior is on the board. Place 2 new victims with the Savior. Okay. Immediately resolve a Savior card. Move the savior 2 spaces towards the nearest railing space. Oh, he moved into my space. That's nice. Then do an event. Okay, so the event is busted escalators. Of course, right when I'm there. You're supposed to walk up the escalator. What kind of peasant do you take me for? Lose 2 time when moving through an escalator. Lovely. And then the savior's second action is I lose 2 health. The savior has killed me. Oh no. Oh, that was terrible. I'm so excited about this too. I didn't get anywhere near the end. I died. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even see who the second and third deaths are. All right. That was brutal and so evil. So evil. All right. Well, it is what it is. Next time we're going to circle back and do the second scenario of the hunter, which I think is going to end up being at Sunnydaze Mall, right? Nope, of course not. Why would it be? Okay, well, that's fine. Thanks. All these poor people. Felt like the Ryan Murphy version of a Final Destination film. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to please like me. Don't forget to don't forget to subscribe. Whatever you do, do not forget, keep those health bars full, unlike literally everyone at the Sunnydaze Mall today. Thank you and have a great day.